If you're an author marketing to a global audience, making sure that your book links work for the entirety of your readership can be a real challenge. This challenge is only amplified for those authors that are selling wide and want to provide links to all the different stores that their books are listed on. To overcome these challenges, many authors flock to Geniuslink's universal book links in order to simplify and enhance their book marketing. In this video, I want to cover the 7 main reasons why I believe every single author needs to be taking advantage of universal book links. And at the end of this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to generate one of these universal book links yourself. Let's jump right into it. First benefit of a universal book link that I want to speak about today is the fact that they can be used to localize your book links to reach your global audience. At the time of making this video, Amazon has 22 different regional storefronts where an author could technically put their book up for sale. Most authors end up publishing their book to the countries that speak the language that their book is in. So for example, if you're an author that has a book in English, many authors end up putting their books up for sale in the United States, United Kingdom, Canada, and so on. However, providing links to all of these different countries can be a real challenge, and that's where universal book links localization comes into play. Here we are on the website for Mark Manson's book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a F***. And as we can see, he clearly does not give a f*** about using a universal book link. If we click on this buy on Amazon link, we can see that we are taken to Amazon.com, which is to be expected. I'm an American and I live in the United States. However, let me pull up a VPN and show you what happens when I click this link from a Canadian or United Kingdom IP address. Here we are with a VPN pulled up. I'm just going to connect to Canada and watch what happens when I click this Amazon link on Mark Manson's website. Even though my computer's appearance is a Canadian IP address, I'm still taken to Amazon.com instead of Amazon.ca. By not taking your international readers to the correct storefront for them on Amazon, you are going to notice a serious drop-off in the conversions of your international audience, which is going to be less book sales and royalties in your pocket. I've gone ahead and inserted a universal book link for Mark Manson on his website just to demonstrate what should happen for an author, assuming that they are including a universal book link inside of their marketing methods. I'm connected to a VPN that's pointing towards Canada, and watch what happens when I click the same Amazon button that originally took us to Amazon.USA, and notice how it takes us to Amazon.ca because we are using a universal book link here. The next benefit of using a universal book link is going to be for those authors that go wide. As we can see here, Mark Manson has several different call to action buttons on his landing page that detail where his audience can buy his book on different retailers. And as we saw before, this doesn't even include international Amazon storefronts. What he should do instead is do what Austin Kleon is doing, a Geniuslink client and universal book link user. If we click on the call to action for his book, Steal Like an Artist, we can see that we are taken to just one landing page that is going to list all the different books that all the different retailers that his books are listed on. And on top of that, it's going to have that Amazon button that localizes the international traffic to the best storefront for them. I'll go back to Mark Manson's website and show you how much cleaner his marketing copy could be if he used a universal book link. Here I've done a little bit of HTML magic, and as we can see, I've reduced all of his different buttons down to one call to action that simply states, get a copy here. And that's going to maximize the click-through rate and the conversion rate of your audience that is trying to buy your book. So the third reason why I believe every single author should take advantage of universal book links is that they can increase the click-through rate, the percentage of people that click through your links after seeing it, by up to 34% in a study that Bitly, one of the leading link management tools, did. And the reason this is sometimes you may see an author that shares a book link that looks like this. Not only is it extremely long, it's not really readable. There's so many different symbols, letters, and numbers in there, and you may not know where this book link is heading, and it doesn't appear trustworthy. Moving on, you could condense this book link by taking off all those extra sequences and just have the title in the ASIN. However, still, this is a pretty long link. It's 70 characters. It's not really readable, and there's a bunch of letters and numbers. What you could do from there is just simply share the Amazon link with the book's ASIN on it. This is much shorter, but again, people don't know which book they're headed to. There's no descriptive text here, and it's still pretty long. If you use Bitly, which is actually not a universal book link provider, you may be able to change the appearance of your link to be as short as possible, but the audience doesn't know what website they're heading to, and there's also no descriptive text here, and we still have letters and numbers. The best case scenario would be a universal book link that looks something like this by Geniuslink and Booklinker. You have mybook.to as the domain, and then you do a custom back half with the name of your book. So your audience knows that they are going to buy or learn more about this book, and then the book title is there. This way, it's extremely low in characters. It's only letters, so it's easy to type out, and there is descriptive text on there. And this is what's going to lead to that massive boost in click-through rate that we spoke about earlier. The third benefit of using a universal book link is that they're going to help you clean up your marketing copy. This is a little bit similar to the previous two examples we went over. However, I think this is a really nice way to demonstrate that cleaner effect that they give. So here we have DK Dieters. She's an indie author that is promoting her book on Twitter, which we love to see authors doing book marketing. And DK Dieters, I'm sorry to pick on you, but as you can see, she's put out a tweet here where she's included 4 different tiny URL links that the last 2 characters of each links identifies which Amazon storefront this is going to. Not only is it extremely confusing for our audience to know which link they should click, what if somebody is not from one of these countries? And on top of that, this is a tweet which has a limited amount of characters that you can include in it. So she probably would have included some other marketing efforts in here if she didn't have to waste all these characters, including 4 different links. So what should be done is what Ken Stark is doing. We can see here that Ken Stark is using a universal book link. His tweet is nice and clean. Everything is separated because he had those extra characters. We can see he fit in a testimonial. He has one clear call to action that is a universal book link, and that even allowed him to include some extra hashtags for visibility. So I think this example highlights why it's so important to use universal book links in order to clean up your book marketing copy. All right, so let's get a little bit nerdy and talk about the analytics that are now available to you because you're using a Geniuslink universal book link. Geniuslink is now going to allow you to select a date range and view the number of clicks that have passed through your book links over time. This is going to allow us to view different trends in how our book marketing is performing. On top of that, we gain access to referrer data. So if we're marketing via a bunch of different book marketing channels, we can see how many clicks are coming from Facebook, how many are coming from Twitter, from Instagram, from our email list, and so on. On top of that, we're going to gain access to destination data. So if we're using a choice page or a page with all of our different retailers, Geniuslink is going to show you a breakdown of which stores, whether this be Amazon, international storefronts, or different retailers our audience is deciding to go to, and you'll get a breakdown of that. On top of that, you'll get access to a world map where these clicks are coming from and the language that your readers speak. An underrated benefit of using universal book links is going to be the ability to protect yourself against link rot and future-proof your links. I'm sure we can all relate to these examples I have on screen where an author links us their book only to find that the store page that they sent us to is no longer available or out of stock. In the author world, this generally happens due to a change in publishing rights, going from exclusive to wide, and so many other reasons. Now, using a universal book link provider, you can wrap your book's link inside of a universal book link and then just edit that universal book link once, which will then go ahead and change the end destination across all the different instances of your book that are out in the wild, whether these are mentions on the internet or even a physical copy like a link that's on the back of your book or a business card. The last benefit of universal book links that we'll speak about today is that they make it much easier for you to incorporate affiliate links inside of your book links. If you're directing traffic on the internet, in my opinion, you might as well make them affiliate links, especially for these big 4 book retailers, as you're going to earn commissions for the entirety of what is inside of their cart. This is extremely important for something like Amazon, where they don't just sell books. They sell so many different things. You could direct someone to Amazon to buy your book, and then they end up buying an $1,000 flat screen TV, and you would earn an affiliate commission for driving that sale. I'm going to put on screen the different commission rates and cookie windows that these different retailers have so you can figure out which ones make sense for you to sign up for. Now that you understand why every single book link that you share should be a universal book link, I want to demonstrate how you can generate a universal book link using Geniuslink. We have a 2-week free trial where you can try the software completely risk-free, and after that we start at just $6 a month. I think I pointed out a variety of ways on how you can easily recuperate that small cost by turning all of your book links into Geniuslink universal book links. Once you are signed into your Geniuslink account, you'll want to head to the homepage and click New, Simple Link. From here, we're going to need to have our Amazon link ready or whatever bookstore we want to send our audience to, and we are just going to paste it in. From here, we're going to get to customize the back half of the URL, and as we mentioned earlier in this tutorial, doing this descriptively can help boost the click-through rates of your book. So I'm just going to title this one Subtle Art. And from here, if we wanted to make this a choice page, meaning that we list every single retailer our bookstore is on, instead of clicking Simple here, we're going to change that to a choice page. Geniuslink is going to automatically scan and see if it could find any other platforms that it was on, and in the event Geniuslink didn't automatically find this, we could add it manually. So we're going to keep that Apple Books recommendation, and then we're just going to add Barnes and Noble. So I'm going to click add a destination choice. I'm going to paste this in here. As you can see, we automatically pulled up the logo. You can customize this, but we'll skip over that for now. And now I'm just going to click save. Now, if we click into this link, it will see that we now have our Geniuslink choice page. We have every single store our book is listed on, available to our audience. And on top of that, this Amazon button is going to localize the traffic that comes through this link and make sure that they are taken to the correct Amazon storefront where they can buy the book.